Welcome back. Retail Therapy Podcast. My name is Will. Barrett, how we living?
We're living. We're really living in this new studio setup.
This is my first time recording in this new studio setup, as it was set up yesterday.
Did we hit the theme song, by the way? Randy told you to hit the theme song, but then I never heard the theme song.
No, I'm making Randy put it in post because the way that it's set up right now, I'm pretty sure that I'd fumble and trip, and then I'd hit like a microphone.
There's all sorts of new tripods and microphones in here, and it would have been that would have been a dangerous move for you to make, reaching over and tapping the button. But I do feel like I just we just went off of a beep instead of our little jingle, and I don't know how to feel about it, because it's like a Pavlovian response. I hear that theme song, and I'm like, I don't like raw dogging pods. I'm feeling fresh. Yeah, we're raw dogging it here, and I don't know about that part.
I apologize if I sound like shit today.
Yeah,
I think it's allergy feeling. The thing that scares me is my son's got some kind of dry cough going on right now. So, I'm going to keep my distance. We're going to get this recording done, and we're going to move on.
Do you think so? I just, people seem to respond to a little bit of parent corner up top. So my daughter is nearly 7 weeks old, and I have yet to have to use the little bulb thing that sucks stuff out of their nose. Does that sound normal? Does that come later?
Yeah.
When they get all snotty and you're constantly having to
you'll have to do it eventually.
Pull snot and boogers out of their noses.
Yeah. It's gross.
Okay.
It's gross.
But that doesn't, it's not weird that I haven't had to do that yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Because you haven't been bringing her out or anything.
No, she hasn't
gone to any DJ sets or anything.
No,
right?
She's not been to a boiler room set yet. No, she's not been to a live sporting game with 100,000 people in the crowd. So,
did we mess up not going to the All-Star game?
Well, I mean, I don't think so, because most people were very, very upset about the All-Star game due to lack of one Leo Messi.
I'm proud of myself for refusing to buy tickets until I got straight up confirmation that he would be playing in it.
Yeah.
And I did not buy any tickets, and I saw ticket prices only going down, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be bad.
I mean, well, for one, the people that invested thousands upon thousands of dollars for the maybe chance to see Messi play in an All-Star game, that's kind of on you. I get it. It sucks, because that was the selling point. But there's no promise that anybody's going to, it's an All-Star game. Players miss that shit all the time.
I don't feel bad for people in Texas that lost out.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people that traveled from Mexico and did it, because they were playing the Mexican All-Star team.
Right.
From the Mexican League.
Yes.
And so that would be annoying to go to a different country and have to deal with that.
I guess here would be my question, and maybe, maybe the numbers made more sense for the All-Star game, especially for people living in Austin. But what does it cost to go see a game at Inter Miami? Where he's playing most games. I don't think tickets are $1,000 a piece for every single game, are they?
No, they're probably much more normalized there.
So just take a trip and go see him there.
The annoying thing for Austin is that,
I don't know, people were paying crazy money for these All-Star tickets here.
It was $300 to get nosebleed.
Okay.
Which I actually thought was relatively inexpensive for seeing Messi.
Yeah.
I just thought it would be cool to go and see Messi with my son.
Yeah.
Be like, that's the GOAT.
Yeah.
In some people's books.
Right.
I'm a Ronaldo guy, but he's probably the GOAT.
Yeah.
Messi.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be cool to show him. And I was like, if I go, I'm going to bring him.
What about Pele?
Yeah, dude, he'd get diced up today. Are you kidding me?
Is this an eras conversation? Like Pele couldn't hang in the modern era, just
Babe Ruth gets struck out easily.
Yeah, or even this is big in the NBA too, right? Especially when you go back to 60s ball, right? Bob Cousy would have been absolutely torn to shreds
dude. His ankles would be broken
by the eighth man on the Sacramento Kings.
Can you imagine Kawhi just crossing him up? I don't know. I thought it'd be cool. I've been looking for an excuse to wear my No Comply Skate Shop Austin FC jersey, which I haven't had an opportunity to do to a game yet.
Yeah.
I completely biffed it. I could have mogged.
I hate to hear that you biffed anything.
It's okay. I when I did bring my son to an Austin FC game, I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I have something to wear to this game that I'm excited to wear, but I don't know what it is. And then sure enough, when I was putting the jersey that I did wear back, I was like, oh yeah, I have a cooler jersey that I could have worn. That's okay. That's okay.
There are plenty more FC games to be had.
Yep. We're on like season 2 or 3 of Messi being in the MLS and not getting an away game at Austin FC.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to happen. He's going to be hanging him up pretty soon, didn't he?
I would assume.
Yeah.
His contract is going to be up quite soon.
Okay.
And so I don't see him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he should have played in the All-Star game.
He should have. That's the other part. It is bullshit that he didn't play in the All-Star game.
Well, it's bullshit the way he backed out like an hour, like not an hour before, but like the day of. You can't do that. If you're gonna back out, you got to do it. With days in advance.
Yeah, the leagues are having a hard time with this. This is speaking of the NBA. Like with all the load management, people get pissed because they buy tickets when the Lakers come through and then LeBron sits out. Like that. That this happens all the time in the NBA, and it sucks. It sucks.
It's upsetting.
Yeah,
it's upsetting.
You know who I want to see? Not. I'm sorry for making this a sports podcast.
No, we're a sports podcast now.
Who I will pay for a ticket to go see. I feel like is Shohei. I gotta see him in person.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not gonna poo poo that.
He's pitching and batting. He's pitching and hitting.
Dude, he's a modern day Babe Ruth.
He is.
Messi would be the one person that I'd be like, all right, I'll probably shell out. I'll do it. If any like Manchester United legend decided to come to the MLS, I would also do that. I shelled out for Gareth Bale tickets when he came to play against Austin FC.
I get it. Messi, GOAT, we got to see him. He's still very good, dominates the MLS. I would like to see it. Don't get me wrong. But isn't this kind of like going to see Jordan play for the Wizards?
Yeah, but it's still Jordan, dude. Still Jordan. I guess it is, yeah. But he's like lighting up the MLS. He's played really well. Yeah, he had a stretch where he was scoring 2 goals a game recently, and it was just like, yeah, okay. Probably got to go honor the GOAT.
What was his explanation for not playing in the game?
I don't think he had much of one.
Yeah.
If you miss due to injury, you won't get suspended for skipping the MLS All-Star game.
Okay.
But if you just skip because you don't want to do it, they will suspend you.
Okay.
And friend of the podcast, Tim Howard, said that he would guess that they're probably whipping up some doctor's notes right now to stop it.
Yeah.
But like people like that, I mean, the leagues like that have to deal with that kind of thing. Fans clamoring for refunds because, they didn't play.
Yeah.
Shohei was a healthy scratch.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if he's ever been a healthy scratch. He seems like kind of a dog.
You can be like a healthy scratch in baseball. They give players days off every once in a while, but baseball is a different animal because you're playing nearly 200 games in a season. So it's like if you sit out for 3 of them, it's no big deal.
Yeah, ever since my fantasy baseball days have gone behind me, I've stopped really tracking baseball.
The Astros have been so good for so long that it's I've been able to like keep a little bit of a finger on the pulse, but I definitely like baseball just had its All-Star game and I don't know half the guys.
Yeah, well, friend of the pod, Brent Rooker, got absolutely hosed. So I'm out on the MLB as an organization. Like, come on, like you can't be screwing over friends of the pod. That's not what I'm cool with.
Right.
If you want to see the new studio setup, youtube.com/SundayScaries podcast. Go subscribe on Substack, retailpod.substack.com. And as always, follow us on Instagram, retail.pod. Before we get to today's topics, let's hear from our friends over at Shopify. When we started this podcast, we didn't know what we were doing. We just saw, hey, these gift guides are going really well. What if we started a podcast and sold some of our own stuff? If you've ever bought anything from Sunday Scaries, from Retail Therapy, from anything under the Wash Media umbrella, just know that it's coming directly to you from a Shopify-based website. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world. And they drive 10% of all e-commerce in the United States from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. I implore you to go check out Shopify if you're trying to sell some stuff online. You can do pretty much anything on there. You sign up, you can go and you can build your website very easily, no coding required. All you have to do is get a template, match those colors up with your logo, and boom, you're selling, baby.
It's easy.
You can ship straight from there. I do it all the time. I do it literally almost daily. I've been sending zines out like crazy. I've just got a nice little process up there. It imports everything into the shipping software that I use. And boom, I got labels and I'm just handing them over to the USPS guy. Or Randy's doing it because he's a real one. Thank you, Randy.
You're welcome, Will.
You can accelerate your content creation. They've got all these helpful tools that help write product descriptions, page headlines, even enhance your product photography. You can even get the word out with the marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns for wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your business idea into sales with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/scaries. Again, shopify.com/scaries. Shopify.com/scaries. Where do you want to start today?
I think I know where we got to start.
I think I know where we got to start too.
Here, let me.
I don't know where you got this.
For those of you watching on the YouTube, you might recognize this tote, and I don't actually know. I can't remember where I came across this XL version of the Outdoor Voices technical apparel. Now, this one does not have the. Oh no, there it is. Technical apparel for recreation, right here. There it is.
You somehow have procured the largest Outdoor Voices tote ever made. Like, how many pair of Rec Trek things did you buy in order to command that they give you this?
I probably purchased 14 pairs of Sunday shorts is my guess.
I loved getting a free tote every time I went into Outdoor Voices and bought something, but I have never seen somebody walk out with the garbage bag size one.
I happen to have this because I've got some returns in there that I'm going to make later, and I also had some tank tops to give old Rand Man up there. So this was just kismet that I'm strolling in with the OV tote bag today. This news is a few days old, but is absolutely ripe for the podcast. Many people are saying that this podcast has been a leader in OV coverage over the past 5 years. So,
well, I mean, we have the local knowledge that other people aren't getting.
We've got boots on the ground. So if you're unfamiliar, Outdoor Voices, which has been a zombie brand for the last few years.
What's a zombie brand for the people at home?
So a zombie brand is basically a dead brand that is not actively doing anything. They are literally not doing things. But still exists. Like, they still have a website and a social media presence, and they still have product that they can sell you, and they're still running Instagram ads and stuff like that. But there is it's a skeleton crew working there. They have zero retail footprint anymore. And as far as I know, they were making almost none, if any at all, new product. And this has obviously been happening over 5 years now. Ty Haney was first ousted from the company in early 2020. It's been over 5 years now, and a variety of moves were attempted. None of them really worked. I can't remember if they eventually did or did not file for bankruptcy, but then I want to say it's been 2, maybe 3 years now since kind of doomsday for them, where they just abruptly shuttered every single retail store that they had, fired everybody with no release. That was well post Ty Haney era, but they
did not file for bankruptcy, but they were close.
Okay, but they were close.
They were acquired by consortium brand partners.
Yeah, so they've essentially been treading water, but uninteresting to almost anybody for several years now. And just earlier this week, or maybe even over the weekend.
Yeah. I don't know when it actually happened.
Yeah. I guess by the time you're listening to the podcast, it'll have been about a week or so, maybe 8 or 9 days. But Outdoor Voices completely wiped their Instagram. They archived or deleted every single post that they'd ever made. They unfollowed every single person that they were following, except for one. And the one person that they are now following is Ty Haney. So this has been hitting TikTok and Instagram and the news outlets all week with speculation about what might be happening here. I would note that in a lot of recent appearances and social media posts, Ty is seen wearing a cropped black zip-up sweatshirt that I do not believe is OV brand, but it is embroidered on the chest with "doing things."
Okay. I don't even know if I follow her at this point.
And there's kind of rampant speculation about what this means for OV if Ty Haney has reacquired the brand, if she is being brought back in some type of creative leadership capacity, if there's it could be as simple as just a collaboration with her coming up or what. But this seems to be this is quite buzzy for what might be about to happen here.
Well, it's especially relevant in Austin because
Yes.
we've talked about it before, but in its heyday, 2017,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, 15 to, I was talking about this yesterday with some coworkers, and I would mark the height of OV was 15 to 18.
Dude, they're doing a sample sale.
Yeah.
At the headquarters. Ty Haney's going to be there. They're going to have custom cups. You can bring your dog. Everyone's going to wear their favorite Outdoor Voices fit in order to fire through these tables filled with old clothes that nobody bought in the first place. It was like the biggest thing in the world. I remember I was actually supposed to have her on Sunday Scaries.
I remember. Yeah.
And it wasn't her fault that she didn't come on. I would very much blame it on whoever was working with her.
Whoever was doing her scheduling.
Yeah. I had everything packed up to go to their office to go record with them. I had my mobile set up. I was ready to rip. I had been planning it for like 2 months, numerous calls that I thought were a little over the top. And then about an hour before just said, hey, by the way, we can't do it today. We'll get back in touch. And it was just like, no, you won't. I'm not. Not only will you not get back in touch, but if you're canceling an hour before after 2 months of phone calls trying to set this up, which was already ridiculous, I don't really feel like putting much effort into this. So you might have to come to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was scared to bring her into the Grand X office because I was afraid she was just going to walk in and walk directly back out. But now knowing she's like all into the founder stuff, I'd be a little more relaxed about that.
Yeah.
I mean, she does have Outdoor Voices in her bio on Instagram.
That's right. That's the other piece of it. Yep.
Do you think they can bring this back from the dead?
So I've got two main thoughts here about this whole thing, and then obviously like a bunch of smaller ones. My first thought is no, I don't think this will work.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I'm willing to see. I really did enjoy a lot of the things that I bought from them. I don't think they put much into the men's side of things, so it's kind of harder to like ride or die for their apparel.
Yep.
But like I did wear a lot of their stuff often because it was comfortable or it just made sense, like in hot Austin weather, to wear some of their stuff. But like, I just worry that the direct to consumer ick that they've kind of acquired over the last few years is like going to be hard to shake for them.
I think it will be hard to shake. And I think that, look, you can sell a lot of something to millennials based on nothing but nostalgia. So they will have that going for them if there's something actually bubbling and about to happen here. But I think the legacy of OV, nominally a decade later, is the technical apparel for recreation part.
Yeah.
Like they were the first to be like, you can wear our stuff just to walk the dog or just to like, be out and about and doing something semi-outdoorsy, but then you're like grabbing coffee and a sandwich at Swedish Hill, right? Yeah. Like that. And that obviously still carries over, but now it's like wide leg flared yoga pants and a matching, aloe set or something. And so it's like, I feel like we've moved on from that original OV aesthetic back to more performance oriented, kind of cleaner, slicker looking stuff.
Yeah.
But we're still applying like the ethos of how it can be worn that OV kind of like created, commercialized, popularized.
We've thrown the Maison Louis Marie candles in the garbage. No more fresh flowers. They're gonna have to pivot really hard and in a really impressive way in order to like recapture an audience that has moved on to your aloes and your Dioris and things like that.
And right. And so what is Outdoor Voices if it's not like sort of crunchy and very colorful and color blocked and like. Do you know what I mean? Like you're the girly that's bringing snacks on the trail, right? Like all that type of stuff. Like I just don't know if I don't know if that will play anymore in a scene that's not dominated by Gen Zs instead of millennials at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I walked into their store one time and I was extremely hungover. I had friends in town who wanted to go visit the store that they'd seen online. And it was a cold fall day. I was wearing a pair of, I don't even know it was like the Sunday short material, but pants, whatever they were, the joggers. Yeah. And I had on a sweater underneath my
cloud knit or something.
Yes. Underneath my Filson jacket.
Uh-huh.
Like I walked in and the girl's like, I love how you styled that. And I looked at her and I was just like, There's no styling involved here. I feel like shit. I drank 20 beers last night and I'm wearing these for recreation right now, not for exercise.
Yeah.
And that looking back on it now, I like feel like a lot of the people that were like obsessive over the brand are like, no, I don't want to think about that time of my life. I don't want to think about the fact that I was like showing up early to these events and trying to get like the special limited edition hat that they were giving out.
Yeah. I mean, and that was, it's funny that you say that because I was like thinking back to that heyday, and like I was a young person then. I was going out. I was doing things quite literally, right? Like that's and that's not what it is anymore for me. So I don't know how I would even like connect back to it. And here's my second thought. One of the things that they are attempting to rectify far too late here, and maybe somebody at the brand is sort of realizing, and we've always talked about this, and I think that everybody that was a fan of the brand kind of knew all along, but Ty Haney was Outdoor Voices.
Yeah.
She was the brand.
She was a draw.
There was no like, they were one and the same. And so when you got rid of her and you removed her aesthetic and her vision and her personality and everything from the brand like immediately lost half of its luster.
I mean, if you go to their new arrivals for women right now, these are all things that were being sold in 2017. Like there's nothing that is that out of the realm. And the stuff that is out of the realm, I just don't see selling well, like cargo sweatpants and things like that. Like I just think people went there for the color block leggings and everything like that. And so the second she got removed, everyone was kind of like, oh, okay. Like she was a very likable CEO. She was easy to support. She was hot. She was the brand. Was important. Yeah, she's like good looking. Like had a personality that was not really abrasive or like annoying. She was just very kind of free flowing and represented the brand extremely well. But I don't know how they're going to try to salvage this.
Well, and okay, so that's a great segue to another piece of the puzzle. And one of my other big thoughts here is that Ty Haney was the brand. Can she still be the brand? Is she still a likable person? And based on her Twitter, which is constantly praising Tesla and Elon Musk, I would say no, not anymore.
Yeah.
So this is another giant problem. If you find at Ty Honey on X,
Ty Honey,
there is a lot of glazing of Elon Musk, and I get it. Like I have a CEO founder friend, a good friend that lives in San Francisco and is an Elon stan. Like that type of person, like just in general, seems to respect the fuck out of what he has been able to build at various places. Like they see him as a visionary and they are very like into what he does and brings.
Yeah.
But post trying to like ruin the government and doing a Heil Hitler sign and paying $400 million so that Trump could get reelected, and then trying to do the same thing with Germany's far right wing and yada, 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 yada. Like, I don't know if this is the best look to just be on your X account, just constantly standing Elon.
Yeah.
When you're about to try to bring a brand back that was largely bought by progressive millennials in liberal cities.
Then again, so are Teslas.
Yeah, true.
Okay, fair.
True. Good point.
All they need to do is Outdoor Voices need to do a collab with Labubu, and then they're back.
If the first thing they do is do like a cloud knit Labubu, I'm going to be very upset.
Here's the doing things sweatshirt I was talking about.
That's I hate it. I thought it would be in the original font.
No.
And not in a bedazzled
rhinestone embroidery.
Yeah. It's got Delia's catalogs vibes, which is probably a compliment to a lot of people that would wear that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my second big thought. Is she might be too founder pilled.
That's a good way to put it.
To be relatable and like if she had stayed more influencery, do you know what I mean? If she had taken that path rather than the girl boss and entrepreneurial founder path, I could see how this might work, because then you're basically just dealing with like, you're kind of, it's Park or Dairy Boy, but flipped.
Can you explain to me?
You weren't an influencer that started a brand. You were a brand, and then you kind of became an influencer. You could maybe flip that back. I just don't know if you know.
Well, can you explain to me what her loyalty program company actually did? I never fully understood it.
So she has 2 brands right now. One is Joggy, the energy drink.
Yep.
Seen here, which I get the sense is doing okay. Like it's doing pretty well. I think Target carries it. Like it's got pretty wide distribution.
I was surprised to see how many stores it was in when I did research on it recently.
Yeah, I think I think it could have legs. The other one is called XYZ or TYB.XYZ. And this one I think is, I can't believe it's still going. I can't believe it's not dead in the water already, because it is essentially, it's loyalty program for brands based on the blockchain. So like when she started this, it was like, spend your loyalty points for shopping 8 times at J.Crew and redeem for this like exclusive NFT token.
I know somebody who has done this.
Okay.
I'm not going to at them, but I know somebody who joined this, thought, okay, they are working with brands that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told recently that it went from having like either points to spend or dollars to spend with these companies that she had built up over the years. And now it's just a 10% discount.
Okay.
And that would piss me off. If I had a loyalty program where I thought that I had like $300 to go spend at a brand and I could go get something cool, and then suddenly it's like, oh wait, no, not anymore. It's 10% off.
I guess I'm at least glad to hear that there is some type of monetary and like coupon discount something involved, because I literally thought that the whole deal was that just that like the loyalty program didn't need to give you discounts or gift cards or anything like that, but that it would give you like access and NFTs and exclusive online interaction and that type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, just reading, scroll up again. Just reading this, like this as a real shopper, and I think we can call ourselves real shoppers in this room.
Yeah.
Post about your favorite products. I think we pretty much just do that in a different way, which is through a podcast medium at this point. Engage with brands you love. I don't necessarily want to engage with brands I love. I just want them to make good products at an approachable price point that I can afford. And sure, I'd like good rewards, but like I don't want to treat a brand like it's a personality.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, Ame, respond to me. I love you. Thank you, Randy.
Sneaky one there.
I know. But it's like, I don't need to humanize these brands. I just want them to make sick products that I'm excited to get in the mail. And I want them to ship it immediately. I don't want to sit there in limbo. I'm so sick of sitting in limbo right now, Barrett.
On label created limbo?
Dude, I've been sitting in label created limbo for the last like week on 2 different things. And I just want to call these companies.
Do you want to name names?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Because I think we've supported these companies historically in the past.
All right.
No, one of them's my wish list item from last week.
Okay.
I have no brand loyalty to them.
Yeah,
Those shorts that I wanted with the patches on them.
Yeah.
Human in Nature or something like that. I have to say, I've been in limbo for them for more than a week at this point, to the point where I'm like, are you taking my money? I don't even know what country you're based out of. I don't know how to do this. I'm also wondering if it's one of those things where it's getting shipped internationally and they created the label and one day it's just going to show up at my door.
Probably that.
I would like that, but it's also been long enough that if it's going to show up at my door, it needs to happen like right now before I start getting angry. I don't know. The brand loyalty stuff, like I'm fine with the Shop app. I'm fine getting points on my Apple Card if I buy something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to download something extra. The Shop app has kind of got like a good little, I don't know, like a monopoly here for me.
It does. I like the Shop app. They changed some things. We don't have to get into it. It's not great, but
why are my dollars expiring?
That part, I guess I get, and it stinks. But the real bad part is that you are no longer earning Shop Cash if you check out online. You have to check out through Shop app to get the Shop Cash.
No, player.
And I don't. That's know. I'm a millennial. I like to check out on desktop.
I'm only checking out on desktop.
Yeah,
like I'm simply not doing it otherwise. It's not happening. I am a master at clicking on a product on Instagram and immediately going open an external browser.
Yeah,
it's just I'm not doing it any other way. I'm not trusting putting my credit card information through my Instagram.
I think that's one of the funniest things about millennials versus the generations younger than us is that millennials still like won't make big purchases on their phone.
Much like Mayor Eric Adams, first stop's always in Turkey. No, for big purchase always on the laptop.
Like, can you imagine buying flights on your phone?
My wife does it.
Really?
And it just gives me anxiety. Like
that's insane behavior to me.
If I have the Delta app or if I have the Southwest app.
Look, if you're in the airport trying to change stuff, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if I'm just like, if we're like planning our trip, we're sitting at home, we're like, hey, did you get those flights yet? And I'm like, oh no, let me do that real quick. And I pull out my phone. That's psycho behavior.
It's unserious. It's just unserious flights you're booking. I don't even know if they work.
Oh man. Any closing thoughts on Ty back at OV? Look, I'm excited to see what happens.
If they make a good product that I think is cool, I will try it. I will try it again. I still have one pair of shorts that I wear weekly from Outdoor Voices that are just like very like casual black workout shorts that I cut the liner out of. I still wear them a lot because they've held up. They are fine. But like, I just don't know if I have the brand loyalty to Outdoor Voices at this point to like immediately dip back in and go spend $300 on their store if they release good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd be lying if I said that the Ty Haney, edging up on potentially being MAGA wasn't a turnoff for me.
Yeah. I was probably more likely to support when I just envisioned them just buying like sick candles for the store and thousands of dollars. They had a flower budget that was close to the Bear. I just started the Bear last night.
Season 4?
Season 4.
Yeah. Okay.
As someone who hosts a podcast that just broke down the entire season 4 of the Bear, can you inspire me a little bit to get more excited to go through episodes 3 through 10?
Yes, the season ends in a place that I think feels very fulfilling.
Okay.
And like something actually was done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tired of timers being set on counters and being told that you got this much time.
I will also say that episodes 4 and 7 are very good.
Okay.
Kind of like more like bottle style episodes where they take you out of the restaurant.
Okay.
That I think
I don't want to go out of the restaurant.
That I think you'll like.
I like being in the restaurant.
I do too. But 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 are all more restaurant centric.
Okay. I like the restaurant vibe. Like while I care about these people's personal lives in a way, I still care way more about the advancement of this restaurant.
Yeah.
And
you're going to get to an episode, I want to say it's 5, that opens with Sydney in the dark cooking something in the kitchen to the sounds of Slow Disco by St. Vincent.
Okay.
And that's when you're going to know like you're in like a good spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you work for someone like Carm, quit. Don't take that abuse. Don't deal with his personal baggage in your own personal life. You don't deserve that. Just get out of there.
Okay. See, I think you're going to like where you will feel fulfilled.
Okay.
By the season.
I'm struggling to empathize with Carm at this point in my life.
Yeah. That's kind of the point. That ends up kind of being the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
I got through episodes 1 and 2 last night and I was like, you know what? Okay. It feels good to be back. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I've watched these episodes 10 times over at this point.
I liked 1, 2, and 3 were okay. 3 better than 2. 4 is good, even though it's not. 4 is very good, even though it's not in the restaurant. And then I think 5 through 10 is a much better ride than 1 through 3.
I do want to give a big shout out to 31-minute episodes that feel like they're 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are so few and far between these days. Like when the episode 1 ended, I was like, no, sorry. That was a total misreaction to that. When episode 1 ended, I was like, no way was that 31 minutes. But it was like an excitement. It was like, oh, cool. I just knocked that out. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
I will not do more than 2 episodes at a time.
Keep going though.
I'm going to keep going. Keep going. I mean, just by the simple fact that they're 31-minute episodes helps a lot when it comes to diving in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in addition to you having your Outdoor Voices tote bag here, let's talk more totes. An article from GQ came out this morning that said that thrashed LL Bean totes are the new wave. They're the hottest bag of the summer. Where do you stand on this?
Well, I'd like to be able to pull up the link first. So let's see if I can get one of these bad boys to work. Okay. All right. How Thrash LL Bean Totes became the it bag of the summer. Okay. Yeah.
I still think we're over toting. I still think we all have too many totes in our lives. But I feel like LL Bean tote bags have been the it bags ever since that Instagram account started printing funny stuff on them, either last summer or the summer before.
Yeah. And, I know you've got a link in here about how Trader Joe's bags, the tote bags have kind of like started taking off in the UK, even though they don't have Trader Joe's over there.
I kind of love that.
It's great. It's funny. And the Trader Joe's bag kind of looks like the LL Bean bag, right? It's like the contrast handles on a white canvas bag. I think what I like about this is that if there's one thing that we can say about the LL Bean tote bags, and the fact that people are kind of going after like vintagey thrashed ones kind of proves that they last.
They do.
They're built to last. They're repairable. Like, so I'm appreciative that people are buying a product that stands the test of stands up to time, stands the test of time.
Do you own any LL Bean totes?
I don't own an LL Bean tote. I have an LL Bean canvas duffel that I use a couple of times a year, probably for like weekend trips, that type of thing. But I like the boat tote. I've definitely thought about acquiring one. I feel like you said, I'm over toted. I'm over indexed on all sorts of totes and varieties of totes. And therefore it just doesn't come up to where I'm like, you know what I need? A boat tote.
The price has skyrocketed recently, says Tommy Dorr, the owner of Bi-Coastal Vintage Showroom Moth Food.
Moth Food. It's a good vintage store name.
Moth Food. Noting that going to the flea market, noting that the going flea market rate for a weathered bean tote was 50 to 60 just a few years ago. A browse through boat and tote listings on eBay today reveals dozens of finely aged specimens priced anywhere from $150 to $900.
Jesus.
With rarer leather versions listed for over $1,000.
Wow.
So if you're someone out there, if you're a person out there who's starting your brand and you guys have a tote bag, just make the exact same tote and then just scuff it up and throw some paint on there and just upcharge that bitch.
You're talking. You're talking Golden Goose totes, and I'm here for it.
Stop. We're not doing Golden Goose totes.
I think we should do Golden Goose totes.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Some vintage LL Bean bags.
Yeah, I want to find. Oh my gosh, Barrett, man, this tote looks very familiar to something that you and I have discussed at length.
Yeah.
$600.
Wow.
Vintage 1980s Sawtooth LL Bean boat and tote bag, green and navy, blue small deluxe. I mean, yeah, these things are going like crazy on here. $650.
Wow.
That's insane.
I wanted to bring up the new online ceramics totes as well, because we can pull back the curtain, because we're kind of at a standstill on our own tote development at the moment. But you and I were working with a brand that's a friend of the pod, trying to come up with we wanted to make a Sunday Scaries tote.
Yeah.
That was like, that would do what we're talking about. That was super functional and big and had great pockets, and you could beat the shit out of it and you would have it forever. And that like was not just hey, we went to imprintlogos.com and like printed our name on a,
we cared about it enough that we were trying to create
a
tote from the ground up and not just buy something that ended up being, us putting our logo on something.
And we essentially stalled out on it because it was going to be incredibly expensive to make. And
what sucked for us is that we had recently done a segment on this podcast about an influencer who started releasing like a $200 tote bag. And it was like, wait, we didn't totally go in on her. I think we actually started justifying it the more we went.
Yeah.
But it was also like, okay, like, is there an ick around this? Like, are people going to get mad if we release a tote bag that we like did from the ground up? But I mean,
what, in a brand new LL Bean boat tote? What is it? Is it boat and tote or boat tote?
I don't know.
Boat bag. What a brand new one costs what? $60, $75?
They're very reasonable.
Yeah. So we're having a hard time figuring out pricing. We didn't want to come out with $150 bag, obviously. And but everything that we wanted to do on the bag was ratcheting up the cost. So it was like two-tone and great embroidery, and we wanted a garment dye on this like heavyweight canvas. And Online Ceramics has essentially nearly made a bag that is very, very, very close to what we had come up with. It's here up on the screen if you're checking us out on video. Ours had more and better internal pockets and exterior pockets, and maybe another like two bell and whistle that this one does not have. And this one is, what did we decide this one was?
$180.
$180. So I feel a little bit justified. It's like, oh, okay. So the bag that we wanted to make was just a $180 bag. And that's what it was. And we were trying to figure out how to make it so that we could sell it at 90, and that just wasn't going to happen. Wasn't workable.
If you are watching on YouTube, you will see the puff ink on this bag, which I think is an awesome touch for something like this.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
The puff ink is pretty sick.
I kind of wish. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool tote. When I saw them post about it on Instagram that they were doing new product, I was excited when I saw the tote, because as someone who doesn't need any more totes, I'll still fawn over some.
Yeah,
and when I saw it was 180, I was like, well, that's certainly not happening.
One of the things that we really like, we like, our non-negotiable was this heavyweight canvas, so the bag would kind of stand up on its own.
Yeah.
And it looks like they did that here on the Online Ceramics version. So,
New York Times says Anna Barger, I don't know how to say it, was walking down the streets of Paris this spring with the necessities of her day stuffed into an oversized bag when inspiration struck. All a girl really needs on a solo day in the city, she says in her TikTok video, is a trusty BAB. From that point on, BAB was an acronym for big ass bag. And it's become a staple of her wardrobe and vocabulary. I think this is much more female centric of a need than for men. As someone who has a couple big ass bags when it comes to totes, I use them so few and far between that I almost just need something smaller at this point. I need it to be the width and length of my laptop and no bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And otherwise it's just like this like slim bag that is holding my laptop vertically, and it doesn't make any sense. But I do see a lot of big ass totes out there these days, especially on you right now.
That's right. I'm gonna start lugging this thing around. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna wait till somebody offers me $650 for it, and then I'll.
Yeah, you could probably. Actually, let me eBay that real quick.
Oh man, Maria Ochoa, a 19-year-old fashion student in New York City, said she was not aware that BAB was an actual term that had been going around because her penchant for carrying a large bag had already been a long-running joke among her and her friends. But she said she had seen its popularity grow over the last year. I think it's a really it accessory right now, Miss Ochoa said. She carries everything she could need in her BAB, including beauty products, a film camera, and crystals for the good vibes.
Now, be careful with that film camera in that bag, by the way.
Yeah. It seems like you need some protection on there.
You do.
She's probably just talking about a little like point and shoot.
That's what, dude. Yeah, but I carried my point and shoot around in an unpadded bag for the last few years, and it has literally started falling apart to the point where I bought a brand new one.
Can you explain what you were experiencing with your new fancy film camera on your most recent trip, where you were having to you said you were having to put it together for every photo?
Well, before we left for the trip, we were doing a shoot for Sean Don, a current Sunday Scaries.
Sean John?
No, Sean Don.
Diddy's brand is also coming back?
Yeah,
and you're doing the photography for it?
He's
That's
doing
cool.
It. Yeah. And so we were shooting something, and Brett handed me the camera, and it was like every single light on the camera was on.
Huh.
By light, I just mean the display.
Yeah.
And so every single thing on the display was just on, and I knew that was a concern. And so I knew something was wrong with it. And then when we got on vacation, I took it out to take a photo of something, and just the lens wasn't even going out. It was not extending and opening the way that it should.
Okay.
And then I started to realize that the bottom corner of this, the shell of this camera is completely cracked. That's concerning.
Okay.
And then I noticed that there was a crack around the lens, not on the actual lens that came out, but just the portion that was lining it and protecting it. It was cracked there, and it just wasn't working. And it got to the point where I was having to squeeze the top and the bottom of the camera in order to release whatever mechanism was not working for it to extend out so I could actually take photos. And so the entire time we were out of town, I mean, I had taken 5 rolls of film while we were there without knowing at all if any of the photos were going to turn out or if like anything was going to happen. I realized this the night before our first dinner on vacation, which was not the time to realize this. I just had this like anxiety about me the entire dinner. And then 2 days later, no, it might have been just the next day after I had switched out some film, I was like, well, I have one roll that I think did work. So I'm good there. Then the next day, the camera completely jammed and I had to take out all the film and expose it all. And I was just like, I'm so screwed right now. I'm kind of bummed too. I only lost about 15 photos on that roll of film that came out, but there were some very, very cute photos of my sons on it that I was sad to miss out on. If you have a 4-year-old, you know that it might be a little difficult to get kids to smile for photos at the exact time that you want them to. And I actually accomplished this. Like, oh, he's glowing in this like with this beautiful background. So I was really excited to see those, and they just didn't turn out well. And so, or they just didn't turn out at all because I had to expose the film. But so it was devastating.
Your camera needed to be fixed then?
No. If your camera is older than like 3 years old, like if you, let's say you go buy like a vintage camera on eBay.
So the shell cracking and the lens and all that is just something you have to deal with?
Yeah, I didn't throw it away. As Brett said, you got to hang that jersey in the rafters. That thing did some good work. Went from Lake Como to...
Oh, so this was your old camera?
This is my old camera, yeah.
Not the new one?
Not the new one. The new one's jammed, and the place I bought it from is not responding to my emails about trying to help me with it.
Okay. Damn, so you're just in... You're in label created limbo and also in sort of camera limbo as well.
I ended up getting so pissed at the camera on vacation that I just bought a new one on Amazon. Okay. Because there was one for sale that was pretty much brand new. I mean, Randy, you saw it. That thing's about as good as it can look for being from 1995.
Mm-hmm. I sent you a nice video showing you how nice it was.
I put the battery in it yesterday. I put the battery in it from my old camera just to test it out real quick. And the noise that it made when I opened it up to take a photo sounded like what it should sound like, and I didn't have to squeeze anything. So I'm pretty excited to have a brand new one. But now if you're getting into film, do not underrate having a padded bag for whatever film camera you're using. Like, just don't. You need to have something that protects it a little bit. You need to have the proper protection for it. You will thank me later.
Well, is Sally looking around in BAB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. Yeah. At all times. Mostly has kid stuff in it.
Okay.
I still think she would be logging around a BAB even if we didn't have kid stuff in it. Do we know who bought the original Birkin at this point?
No.
Was it Kim K?
Might have been. I didn't know that this was a thing. There's an original the original Birkin?
Yeah.
Like the Alpha and the Omega?
Yeah.
Just the first one?
Yeah. Her bag. Like,
oh, Jane Birkin's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like her original bag that she made went up for auction. It sold for like, I think $8 million, maybe more. And a lot of people were really trying to make sure that Kim Kardashian was not the person to get it because apparently she fawns over Birkins. But I think it was an anonymous buyer. So I don't know if we know who it is.
Sold for $10.1 million at Sotheby's.
Okay. I think it might have been theorized to sell for about $8 million when people were seeing. But yeah, $10.1 million. And so I've been wondering, they're going to toss a Labubu on that thing.
They should. I think they should.
I think whoever did it, please put a Labubu on it.
Absolutely desecrate that thing with a Labubu, please.
Put a $13 purse charm on there, bag charm. Actually, this is a good segue.
It could have been Kim K that easily got this anonymously.
She can afford a $10 million
no problem
Birkin. She's not worried about that.
It's like a day's worth of income for her.
I mean, she's not opposed to desecrating some sort of
absolutely
vintage piece.
No, she is not. She is not at all.
Well, this is a good segue, Barrett.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Because there's a book coming out called It Girl about Jane Birkin. And the new hot item is not Intermezzo by Sally Rooney's galley. It is It Girl, the It Girl galley. I'm gonna rehash a conversation we had last year. How do we get on this galley list?
You know, the problem, I think, Will, is that we know people in various spaces and industries, but we don't have a connection in publishing.
Yeah, we need a publishing guy.
We need a publishing connection.
Yeah.
Like that's how we would get a galley. I feel confident that if there was like some young person a la Hilary Duff's character in Younger, of which I know you are very familiar.
All of our listeners are. What a show.
Working for a company, and wouldn't have to necessarily be a female either. For one of these big publishing houses, and they listen to our podcast, I feel confident that we could get on a galley list for a book that was pertinent, relevant to the podcast.
I've been reading more this summer than I've read in the last however many
You really
years.
have.
I've been reading a lot. But I think what really would have kickstarted me last summer is just getting a galley, dude.
Yeah.
Like, give me an advanced copy and make me feel special, and I will read as much as you want me to.
You probably would have rated Intermezzo much higher if you'd been on that galley list.
Absolutely, I would have. Absolutely, I would have. I still enjoyed it kind of, but it took me forever to get through. I felt really bad. I posted a photo with that in it, and somebody's like, how long is it taking you to read this book? And I was like, admittedly, a very long time. It's not as engaging as some of the other books that she's written.
Okay, tell me the name of the book. I
think it's called It Girl.
It Girl. And it's about Jane Birkin.
Yeah, I could be wrong here, but that's a photo that I saw of it and people talking about it. And now that I've already clicked on the article once, I've seemingly used up my free articles from Airmail Weekly, owned and operated by Graydon Carter of the book that I read a couple months ago.
Okay. Do you think that a galley copy of some book will come back into play in the Devil Wears Prada 2?
Has to, right?
Right. They got to go back to the galley plot, I think.
Are there galleys for sale on eBay? Yep, there we go.
Yeah, just to make it look like you were on a galley list?
Yeah, I don't think these are the ones that we want.
No,
they're not current ones. These are just old ones. Like, imagine a film photo poolside, just a advanced copy in there. That goes crazy.
That's a flex.
It's the ultimate mog.
Yeah.
Summertime mog. I do see a lot of celebrities posting themselves reading on Instagram this summer more than other summers. They're not just carrying the book around. It's like, no, I'm laying at the pool and I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing in the world is seeing somebody post them reading at like a beach chair in Positano and they're on chapter 1. You got to at least go to the middle of the book and pretend like you're deeper into it. You can't be on chapter 1, like page 7, because you had the table of contents. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You got to, like...
That's a dead giveaway that you're not getting very far in that book on this vacation.
Correct. And also, I found it also very entertaining when Jacob Elordi, his girlfriend, what's her name?
Olivia Jade?
Yes.
Is he still dating her?
I don't know. I think there's theories that they're not, but I think they are. She recently posted a photo of her reading a book, Lolita. And people were just like, what the fuck are you doing reading that book on vacation right now? That is disgusting. Don't read that. That's a weird vacation read. That's not light. It's predatory.
Yeah.
Can we talk Normans?
I think we should. Because I think invoking a baby girl just before is a nice segue there.
Segway's going crazy today.
And I think that based on a recent DM we got, we maybe need to pause and explain quickly
what a baby girl is?
What a baby girl is, why Randy bangs a gong for it, and then maybe just drop in what the bell is too. I mean, because new listeners probably don't know what the bell is, what ringing the bell means either.
Do tell.
So we've got a couple of long-standing bits on the podcast. The longest running one is Randy rings the bell whenever we say the name of the brand Ame Leondor. Just like that.
They've been fewer and far between lately, which does pain me a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's a season for everything, and
like there was a time where if we made a Mount Rushmore of retail therapy, we're putting Teddy's face up there.
That's right.
Or just the model for Ame Leondor.
Probably him.
I think he'd be better.
Except it's two faces because they're twins.
Oh, they're twins?
Yeah. So they would, but you could do
when he got that J. Crew nod after
he gets all sorts of nods,
ALD, I was like, hell yeah, dude. Get that bag.
Yeah, he's getting the bag.
I get it. He's a good looking dude. Hot dude.
We famously have talked a lot about ALD over the years. Like you said, they've lost a little bit of steam. So those mentions have been fewer and further between. More recently, we introduced, I think about a year and a half ago, we introduced the baby girl gong. Mm-hmm. And if you're unfamiliar with a baby girl, with what a baby girl is, this is an online slang term to describe a male celebrity that is kind of a soft boy. He's got great style. He wears a BAB on occasion, likely from Bottega Veneta.
Oh, if he's got a boat tote, that thing is got paint all over it.
And like the hallmarks of a baby girl are you can't be a hunk. You can't be too brawny and too jacked. We've excluded a guy like Glenn Powell from being baby girl because he's too hunky.
You can't look like you can't be the lead candidate for a role as a starting quarterback on an NFL team.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you can't be the All-American looking guy. You got to have a little edge to you.
Yes. Typically you'll see things like I mentioned, the handbags, maybe there's an earring involved. They toy around with maybe their sexuality a little bit, or at least are not afraid to kind of like go in any which direction.
Yeah.
So the guys that we've got on our list that Randy rings the gong for are, I think the two head honchos on the list are Jacob Elordi and Paul Mescal.
For sure.
Yeah. And then we've got Pedro Pascal, who's, by the way, he's getting a little oversaturated in the news this week, it would seem.
Yeah.
People are turning on him.
He's gonna end up getting
he's getting overexposed.
He's gonna get weekended, Randy.
Yeah. Who's talking about what
The Idol.
The Idol.
We were talking about the scene in The Idol where like the personal chef like pinches Lily Rose Depp
yeah,
and then he just
yeah.
walks up and bitch slaps him.
It's an awkward scene.
Yeah.
Awkward show.
Very awkward. Yes.
Can you guys please, if they do a season 2, I'm gonna force you to do OCC on it.
We did do the Idol. We just kept it to the Patreon because we were scared to talk about it on a publicly shared.
There's certain
show.
things that you just don't want on the public airwaves.
That's
that
right.
you have to talk about if you talk
Correct.
about the show.
Yeah. But Pedro Pascal is on there. Andrew Scott, excuse me.
Yep.
And then Timmy Chalamet. Also,
who are we missing,
also
Randy?
Baby Girl.
Harry Styles was the most recent.
Harry Styles was
addition.
added recently.
A very obvious one.
Yeah. And then we've toyed around with we've put people on the watch list before.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Brody.
He is on the watch list.
He's on the watch list. We've put Drew Starkey has been on the watch list.
Still on the watch list,
he's not doing much for me lately.
But so those are the types of guys they're kind of the patron saints of the podcast, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're gonna get style inspiration from somebody, they're not bad people to go
and
with.
They've got very high approval ratings, especially online. They're called baby girls, and we have just kept running with that, even if the term has faded a little bit.
Well, we might need a honk or something for the Normans out there.
For the Normans out there.
The Normans is new to me. As of literally today, it says, this is from Vice. It says, meeting the Normans, the defining person type of 2025. Mullets, mustaches, and Maddie Matheson. Anthropomorphic pizza mascots. The Normans are the loyal Carner-loving style tribe with big sandwich fetishes, and they're coming to a town near you.
They love sandwiches, dude. The Normans love Sandos and Sarnies.
Dude, I'm worried of skewing Norman, man. I'm really worried about this. It says, to understand the group, you must understand what they covet, and the Norman appears to be obsessed with the following things: bikes, beer gardens, day festivals, turnstile, chilled reds, confidence man, the bear, weekends in Marseille, Instagram chefs who use death metal typefaces, sharing plates with orange writing on them, soft scoop ice cream, loyal Carner, and steady state cardio.
What is steady state cardio? Is that like
Man, I was hoping you would know.
Is that like being on a spin bike?
I'm just, after a quick image search, it says that this is being in the aerobic zone where the body uses oxygen to produce. This is not what I want. I think it's just doing workouts without running outside.
Okay.
I think it can be anything from exercise bike to a treadmill to a workout class that you do in your living room.
Yeah. I want to drop down here because this article was written from the UK.
Yes.
This is a very British article. And there's a quote here. The Norman is what the yuppie was to 1985 or metrosexuals were to Blairite Britain. And then, yes, okay. So they kind of talk about what this might be from other countries. The Norman is the defining person type of 2025. They are what the yuppie was to 1985 or metrosexuals were to Blairite Britain. A socioeconomic style tribe born not of a desire to be different, but a desperation to fit in. When I started thrashing out a few thoughts about Normans on X, many people in the replies already had their own names for the movement. Things like Neo-Millennial Aussie Core, Margate Core, DIY Bubble Infantilism, while in the US, they seem to call it Safe Sleazy for some reason.
I kind of get Safe Sleazy.
And once they said Safe Sleazy, I feel like that crystallized what this looks like stateside.
Yeah.
And it very much is like, I feel like when you've been toying around with your kind of mullet look,
Dude, it's Norman adjacent.
You've been Norman adjacent for sure.
I love a chilled
especially
red.
with your new high vis t-shirt on.
I know. I wore that for the new Stew Day.
Yeah.
I washed it last night in preparation for it.
By the way, I know that Turnstile is a quote unquote hardcore band that has made they've transcended genres and have become kind of mainstream popular. I heard a Turnstile song like on Sirius XM the other day. That's not hardcore, right? Or at least their
studio stuff.
Their studio stuff and their new stuff does not sound like what I would describe as hardcore or what I knew to be hardcore.
If you go to one of their shows, it's going to feel like a hardcore show.
Yeah.
If you listen to their album, you're going to see that they get a little more
like alt rock, right?
Yeah, but what I appreciate about them, as someone who doesn't listen to a ton of them, what I do appreciate about them is that they are trying to get out of the hardcore box a little bit. Like they don't want to be classified as that. I think they are creative and they are driven enough by their music that they're doing something a little different, and I like that. So, what's the name of the British dude that does all the interviews for Apple Music?
Zach Lowe?
Yeah, Zane Lowe.
Zane
Lowe did an interview with them, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. Like
Zach Lowe is the NBA guy.
Yeah, he's the ringer guy.
The ringer guy.
Yeah. No, they have the interview with them on his show. I think he always does kind of a decent job at interviewing people. I think he asks some absolutely ridiculous questions that force artists to, for lack of a better term, S their own Ds. But I think artists also like doing that.
Yeah.
So it's fine. If you listen to his interview that he did with John Mayer a few years ago, I think during the Sob Rock release, some of the quotes that you could just pull and isolate from that make them sound both like the biggest assholes on earth. It's just like, what are you doing? You can't say that. You can't say things like that.
Let's see here. The language here is textbook Norman, as is the establishment's telltale orange signage. I got to start looking out for orange signage.
Yeah, me too.
I've also seen it in Brussels and Paris, but not Berlin or Madrid, where the girl with the dragon tattoo still clings to aesthetic supremacy in the hipster districts.
I've heard Berlin's like the most forward city in the world when it comes to like dudes that they probably hate Normans. They're like these dorks.
I have never been to Australia, but people tell me that the Norman lifestyle is very Australian. Fashion-wise, the look is part Paul Mescal, part Happy Days, with strong nods to Mac DeMarco and Matty Matheson.
Matty Matheson just started a hardcore band. Is he the patron saint of Normans?
He might be, especially American Normans.
Yeah, for sure.
For guys, the uniform is ever-pressed t-shirts, slip-on Vans, short shorts, and rings, often combined with Aussie rules grooming. This is modern day hipsters.
Yeah.
That are older than 30.
Geriatric hipsters.
Yeah.
Geriatric
that are
Williamsburg
like,
residents.
They're cool and they like cool things, but they also they're also uncool because they're like older, like they're adults that make
they're
money.
Slaves to the algo. They definitely have pour over at their own place.
Pour overs at their own place?
Yeah. Or let's go for a pour over.
Definitely.
I don't know. I'm worried that I have interests that skew this way, so I'm not going to go too hard.
Don't be afraid to lean into your natural Normanism.
I don't think we need a Norman honk at this point, but
we're still missing the shifting vibes chimes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We haven't shifted the vibes in a while, though.
Yeah, I think as we go into fall, we're due for a vibe shift.
Maybe.
This could be a vibe. This could be a miniature vibe shift for a lot of guys that used to fancy the baby girls even more, though.
Well, I think the thing is that guys like Alordi and Mescal, who was just name dropped here in the article, have some of that safe sleaze about them.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to do like the wispy little mustaches and the
safe sleaze is, I think, the best way to describe
and the curly
this.
And the mullet curls and like the kind of like little bit of grungy sleaze bag look in a way that feels very, very, very cool.
Yeah.
I think Normans are they emulate some of that in a less cool way because of who they are. Less concerned with like,
yeah,
with vanity and more concerned with like the, bikes and chilled reds.
Yeah. They're not doing performative reading like Will.
Shots fired.
Okay. I mean, Here's the thing. Everyone reading right now is doing it somewhat performatively if they're putting it online.
That's true.
Every single person. Every single person. I'm no different.
I heard Mulaney. John Mulaney is doing like book stuff on his Instagram now.
Book clubs are hot.
Yeah, but yeah.
If I could read faster, if I could get through books faster, I would love to do a Sunday Scaries book club.
Yeah.
It might just be a straight up merch play at this point.
That's
Fuck it.
That's a good shirt.
It is.
I know.
It is.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Like where your head's at.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I have enjoyed the reading though. Like
Right.
it feels after going so hard on Love Island for so long, it does feel good to actually just sit down and read 3 chapters in a row.
Speaking of Love Island, you watch a lot of British people on television. Do you know what ballies are? They talk about ballies in here. Where is this? Let's see.
How's it spelled? I guess I can just control F it.
It's Ballies. I'm trying to find. Let's see where it was. Sarnie is a slang word for sandwich that I just heard on the TV show Too Much on Netflix. Have you started that, by the way?
That is next in the queue for me after The Bear.
Okay.
I'm very interested by it. The cameos in that seem great.
I've watched 1.5 episodes and I like it. It's good.
Not enough to finish the second episode.
It's tough times for TV watching in my household at the moment. So
Yeah, no, I'm going to start it. It seems to have the vibe that I would appreciate watching on television. I like the cast. You might not like this, but if Lena Dunham does something with the show, I'm probably going to watch it. I do enjoy the art that she creates.
Look, I agree. Many people are coming back to the idea that she's the VOG, voice of the generation.
I mean, hate her or love her, she does have some heat when it comes to the TV shows that she's involved in.
However, this gang did not come from a feverish nightmares of people who spend too much time maintaining mainlining public transport attack videos on X. Instead of ballies, zipper hoods, and reappropriated COVID masks, they wore a uniform of mullets, mustaches, tote bags, 5-panel caps, and oversized t-shirts with pictures of anthropomorphic peanuts, pickles, and pizzas on them. Ballies. I don't know. Instead of ballies, somebody let us know what a bally is.
Yeah, hit us up. My very light Google search didn't yield much.
Yeah, same.
So,
all right, what do we got next, Will?
I don't know.
Anything else we need to talk about today?
Not really. Everything else I have on here is kind of meh. Just put it on there just in case we needed some more stuff.
Well, we ready to jump into wish list?
Yeah, I'm doing something, dude. I'm vibe shifting right now.
Shift it.
I'm putting something on my wish list.
Maybe balaclava.
Oh, that would
Okay.
make sense. A balaclava.
Maybe so.
That's
Call
what,
it a valley.
that's what AI overview is saying.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's
That makes
all my
sense.
AI overview said. It must know that you're just more Norman than me.
I did
Randy.
valley meaning, and then I said clothes. So got
You're Norman coded, dude.
Yeah,
If Randy grew out the hair a little bit, he could definitely be Norman.
He could be Norman.
I could do some slave sleeves.
I'm going to add something fall driven on my wish list.
Please do.
Everyday Garments is a company I've been following for a little bit. I don't know how big of a company it is. It might just be this guy making stuff. Like I really can't tell. But I think the guy who is mainly involved with the company is the guy in the photos based on everything I can put together from these guys. They got a new barn jacket out here. It's orange. I feel like I could pull this off in Austin, Texas and not have to think about it too much.
Did you put that Dehen burnt orange jacket on a wish list last year? Or did we talked about that? It was on Huckberry. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No.
There was like a burnt orange barn jacket from the brand spelled Dehen.
Burnt
I
orange.
feel like we talked about it, but this is reminding me of that, and it's
I don't think I did.
it's a good color for a barn coat like this.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I really like the price point of this company, even
Yeah,
though it's in pounds. But like, I don't know. I'm not opposed. I don't really need to buy anything summer driven right now, and so I've decided that I'm gonna start saving things for the fall, and if they're still in stock, then I'll just go with it. But I've wanted to buy something from this company for a while now, just because I think it's an interesting company. I think it's a cool twist on some stuff that would be considered staple wardrobe pieces. And yeah, it's cool. And the only other thing I've been shopping for lately with fall in mind is these vintage Patagonia. Here, actually, I'll just find it. They used to do these like down vests that were almost like a quarter zip.
Okay.
And I really want one. Like, I really want one now. I'll just go to my eBay saved because I've got one on there and it's way too expensive.
Drop a link, homie.
I'm dropping it in here for you. I should have done this before. My apologies. Click that so I can better describe it. I don't like this color, so I'm not willing to spend $200 on it. I wish it was a little more earth tone or boring, but this is the style that I'm talking about right now. Whoa, he reduced the price since I last saw it. But I don't know. I'm such a vest head these days. I feel like I want this. And they don't make them anymore. They don't have anything really like it. I just like the idea of a quarter zip for some reason. I've always liked it.
Ooh, reversible.
Reversible. Yeah, but the tags stick out of the back of the reversible Patagonia stuff. Like aggressively stick out.
Yeah.
But that's kind of Norman, dude.
Is that a carabiner? Because I feel like you need a carabiner if you're going to wear this vest.
Yeah,
right? It's very what's the word for like mountain climbing? It's very
Crunchy? Gorp?
no. I'm having a brain fart right now. It's just very technical looking.
Yeah.
Feel like you're about to go do some, you're about to like go throw one of those picks into a mountain face.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I want people to be like, damn, he must have just done something active. He just peeled himself out of the green belt after a 3-hour hike this morning. I didn't.
Patagonia stuff, the vintage stuff is another one. It's like the bean bow totes. The vintage stuff goes for quite a lot.
Yeah, this was $250 the other day when I saved it, and the only reason I saved it wasn't because I wanted this one, but I wanted to be suggested other ones. I've found that eBay is maybe a little too aggressive about suggesting you similar items to what you save, and so I figured by liking this one, if any new ones got listed, I'd be one of the first people to see it. But I don't want that light blue. I would love it in like I said, earth tone. I'd take pretty much anything that's not just like a bright red or blue.
Maybe mountaineering was the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. You could be a real mountaineer in this thing.
Are people still doing mountain hardware?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Was anyone ever doing that? I was.
I definitely had some mountain hardware stuff.
Yeah, I definitely did.
They did a collaboration with somebody recently.
Really?
That was
I mean, they're still in business.
notable. Yeah, no, I mean, they're still out there
They actually have some.
doing their thing.
I'm looking now. They've got some Outdoor Voices adjacent stuff on here.
I have been on a jewelry kick recently.
Oh.
I'm not purchased anything. I've just been looking at lots of like jewelry, watches, necklaces, like all that type of thing. So this is the piece that I keep coming back to. It's from a brand that I'm not super familiar with called Gia. And it's just a colorful little beaded bracelet on a little gold chain, and I'm just vibing with it, man. I don't have much more to say.
What I need.
This is
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm in. What I need is I need my son to make a bracelet. If anyone calls me out, like, what's up with that kind of
right
pink bracelet on you? Oh, yes. My son made it for me. Do you want to fight?
It's probably the biggest like draw, like that's the biggest knock on this piece is that you could say it looks like something your kid made, but is 90 times the price. So I feel that, but I like how thin it is. I like the gold hardware.
Yeah. It needs to be thin. Like my son did help, or someone helped him make like a thicker beaded one, and it was like, no, this is too much. But like, yeah, maybe I'll just have a bracelet making party for my son this weekend.
There we go.
Just force him to make some Johns for me. Should I buy him a sewing machine for his 5th birthday?
My fingers hurt.
He's making me a chore coat.
Yeah, forget teaching yourself how to sew. Teach him to sew.
Yeah, right? Should I just start a sweatshop in my den? Make my son just start sewing me things? He can hem my pants for me. I don't have to drive to the tailor anymore.
There you go.
I have to say, Barrett, I found my new tailor.
Okay.
And I will be gatekeeping. It feels good to escape from the chain tailors in Austin at this point.
The one chain tailor.
The one chain tailor.
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels good to be able to drop something off and know that I'm not getting screwed on price. It's not going to take over a week, and that it's not going to come apart when it's all done. I'm very happy about all this.
Okay.
It feels good.
Do you feel like you're paying more?
No, I think I'm actually paying less.
Okay.
I think I'm paying less. They
That's
don't
nice.
have prime real estate on the busiest street
On
in
the-
Austin.
that's
It's
okay.
great. They don't have to cover all the costs.
Fair enough.
They're just working out of a house, just measuring me up. I love it. I love it. I think that's all she wrote today.
I think it is.
Man, I really want to mash that theme song button to get out of here, but just gonna knock
You're
over
just gonna
stuff
have,
in the
you're
new
just gonna
studio.
have to trust that it's playing, I guess.
Yeah,
I know.
next time we're about at 80% of the studio. So next time you'll be able to do it. Don't worry. Well,
Okay.
I guess I'll play it for you.
Well, we'll be back next week.
That's all she wrote.
So we'll see you then.